just wanted to do a temperature check. How many of you have already seen this video, The Golden Circle by Simon Sinek, Finding Our Why? Nope? Okay. One or two? All right. Well, we'll go ahead and play it. I just didn't want to take the time and do it again if you've already seen it.
I call it the Golden Circle. Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do, 100%. Some know how they do it, whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or your USP. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. It's always a result. By why, I mean what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone care? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple because they're easy to understand and everybody gets it. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message from them might sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Meh. And that's how most of us communicate. That's how most marketing is done, that's how most sales is done, and that's how most of us communicate interpersonally. We say what we do, we say how we're different or how we better, and we expect some sort of behavior, a purchase, a vote, something like that. Here's our new law firm. We have the best lawyers with the biggest clients. We have, we always perform for our clients, do business with us. Here's our new car. It gets great gas mileage. It has, leather seats. Buy our car. But it's uninspiring. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? You're ready to buy a computer from me. All I did was reverse the order of the information. What it proves to us is that people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This explains why every single person in this room is perfectly comfortable buying a computer from Apple. But we're also perfectly comfortable buying an MP3 player from Apple, or a phone from Apple, or a DVR from Apple. But as I said before, Apple's just a computer company. There's nothing that distinguishes them structurally from any of their competitors. Their competitors are all equally qualified to make all of these products. In fact, they tried. A few years ago, Gateway came out with flat-screen TVs. They're eminently qualified to make flat-screen TVs. They've been making flat-screen monitors for years. Nobody bought one. And Dell came out with MP3 players and PDAs. And they make great quality products, and they can make perfectly well-designed products, and nobody bought one. In fact, talking about it now, we can't even imagine buying an MP3 player from Dell. Why would you buy an MP3 player from a computer company? But we do it every day. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. When we communicate from the outside in, yes, people can understand vast amounts of complicated information like features and benefits and facts and figures. It just doesn't drive behavior. When we communicate from the inside out, we're talking directly to the part of the brain that controls behavior, and then we allow people to rationalize it with the tangible things we say and do. This is where gut decisions come from. Sometimes you can give somebody all the facts and your figures, and they say, I know what all the facts and details say, but it just doesn't feel right. Why would we use that verb? It doesn't feel right, because the part of the brain that controls decision-making doesn't control language. And the best we can muster up is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Or sometimes you say you're leading with your heart, or you're leading with your soul. Well, I hate to break it to you, those aren't other body parts controlling your behavior. It's all happening here in your limbic brain, the part of the brain that controls decision-making and not language. But if you don't know why you do what you do, and people respond to why you do what you do, then how will you ever get people to vote for you or buy something from you, or more importantly, be loyal?
To set the stage a little further for us today, I think it would be in our best interest to think about our why, the purpose of doing what we do. You work very hard, over 180 days a year. You put in lots of hours, lots of time, lots of energy. And so I think it would be worth thinking about why we do what we do and coming to the heart of our why, our purpose. And oftentimes when we think of that, it's helpful to think of someone who has made an impression on us. So this next activity we titled Traits of Success. And I'd like you to think of the teacher that was your favorite teacher or mentor, someone who really meant something to you, had an impact on you. It doesn't have to be a school teacher, just a teacher in your life, a mentor in your life that had an impact on you. And if you'll just grab a sticky note from the bag there, and just for yourself, I'm going to give you some quiet time to get that person in your mind. And then I'd like you to write 2 or 3 characteristics, descriptions, or phrases that describes them and what they mean to you. So the person who is the favorite teacher or most impactful teacher or mentor in your life, and then jot down 2 or 3 phrases, characteristics, or traits that allowed them to mean what they do to you. So we'll give you some quiet time to do that. All right. Not to cut you short, but as you wrap up your conversations, we would ask you to come to the side table, grab a couple strips of paper and a marker, and on each strip of paper, write your phrase or your word to describe. So you'll have 2 or 3, how many ever you made. We just gave you some time to jot it on your sticky note. Now if you'll grab a little lavender strip of paper and a marker so you can write it nice and bold, and then we're going to be posting them. Each phrase or word would be on a different strip. Yeah, so grab a couple of them over there.
Yeah. 2, 3, 5, whatever you need.
Yeah. I know, right? All right, and then I gave you a little strip of blue tape on your desk, and you can just put them over here. We're going to put a mural of all of these characteristics of these individuals who have made such an impact in our lives, and any order is fine, and we'll visit that again later on.
Did we have any teachers in the camps program this summer?
No, I don't know.
Not a win.
Okay. All right, thank you for that. So looking at these words like supportive and caring, energetic, accountable, kind, non-judgmental, lots of great descriptors. And so this is almost like a little job description for ourselves this coming year. Our goal will be to create a classroom environment and a school environment that is all of these things for our students. Because in that environment, you thrived in some way or another, right? Whether it was developing your fishing skills, getting better in a subject area, developing a love for reading, or becoming more invested in school, whatever it was that they did for you, it happened in this kind of environment that nurtured that in you. And so our goal is to help prepare some things for us, but to keep us focused on our why, our purpose. Yes, we want them to get good grades. We want them to be successful in high school. And the way we get there, how we get there is, the studying, the teaching, the lessons, the activities, the exams, the assessments is how we know we're getting there. But the why, the real purpose, is creating this for a student so that they can have an experience similar to what you had. And so whenever it becomes difficult, overwhelming, frustrating, maybe even boring, this wall will be helpful for us to kind of remember, oh yeah, that's why we're in this. Remember Mr. So-and-so, remember Miss So-and-so, remember my college professor or my grandfather. I want to be that one person for someone else, and that's why we do what we do. So we're going to keep that in mind as we go through the day and some of the strategies and such that we model and the structures that we demonstrate. The academic version from the EL roadmap is very academic, but we do want our students to have the linguistic, academic, and social skills and competencies that they require for college, career, and civic participation in a global, diverse, and multilingual world. That's what we're all working together to accomplish for our students. One of us by ourselves will not be able to accomplish that, but all of us working together a little bit at a time will be able to accomplish that for our students.